Okay, let's get started, sweet Capricorn. Here is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups kind of dictates that you have some decisions to make. And it does feel like you might be focusing too much on some and kind of ignoring something that's right in front of your face that's kind of demanding your attention. This could be either with a job, with a friend, with a partner, with a love partner. It is cups, so most likely it's emotionally connected, but it does look like with the new changes that you have incorporated, it does look like a lot more motion in this reading than last month. So with that kind of new space, now you have to make some new decisions. Could be even moving. I'm feeling that you may physically be moving from one place to another, one state to another, one country to another. But it does look like some decisions need to be made. So jump in there, make one decision, and the rest kind of lighten up, and the rest of the decisions are easier to make once you make that first decision. What crosses you here is the Nine of Cups, and it's feeling like this is feeling like some stubbornness around this, like my way or the highway. Nine of Cups is emotions. Usually it dictates abundance of some type, gathering abundance, but this feels almost like it's a standstill. It is in the cross position, so it is neither upright or reversed, but it does feel like the message that's coming through is don't be so stubborn. It will really benefit you to be a little bit more pliable and to compromise a bit. It does feel like you've compromised a lot in the past, so now you're kind of pulling up that I'm not compromising anymore. But it does feel like it would benefit you and all involved if you were a little bit more pliable, a little bit more bendable in how you would like this to play out. So it does involve money. It does involve emotions. So it could be a job. It could be, somebody owes you money and you're just putting your foot down. I want it all right now. Something like that. But it does involve both money and emotions. So be a little pliable. Be, accessible so people can work with you, and put down that stubborn streak a little bit. It doesn't serve you, and it will keep you in this kind of unknowing place. All right, Cap, what is above you? Oh, you got a couple of fours here. So you have a four here, four here. So it does look like you're feeling stronger in your decisions. Fours, Four of Wands can be a celebration. That could be a marriage proposal. It could be an invitation to a marriage. But it's a little bit more reveling. It's taking life a little lighter, looking towards the future, allowing yourself to have a little more fun. I know the last couple of months have been really arduous for you, Cap. So don't be afraid to schedule in a movie date with some friends. Don't be afraid to, take an extra long lunch and feel a little sun on your face and reward yourself a little bit. So revel a little bit, and all that work that you have done is starting to show. It's starting to show. So now it is time to enjoy the fruits of your labors. These fruits are lighting up for me a little bit. Time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Yes, there is more work to do, but we got to mix a little pleasure with work, or it just becomes drudgery. So it's time to connect with our loved ones, and to get out and do some wonderful new things that aren't necessary, but that are only for fun. And fun in my world is necessary. So here is the Fool. The Fool is stands for two things pretty much. To take a leap of faith, to try something different, to face your fears. Do it anyway. You can be afraid while you're riding a bike or learning to ride a bike, but you eventually learn to ride that bike while pushing through your fears. It's the same thing that's happening here. This is in the past position, Capricorn. So it does look like you have kind of looked at things that you needed to do, spoke your truth, and are doing the necessary work and effort for things to move along. So the Fool is here reminding you to take that leap of faith. It also is here to remind you not to make the same mistake twice. If it quacks like a duck and looks like a duck, if you step on it, it's still a duck. So don't go back in time because that looks better than where you are. It is time to push through the fears, go into the new, into your future. And it does feel, I'm getting the message, if you have a choice between something from the past and something that will propel you into the future, choose the new road. Choose the new road, Capricorn. If it is not the right road, you can always turn around and go back. But it does feel it's very necessary for you to choose the new road. Okay, King of Swords is here, and this could be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. It's also about being in integrity. You know, the swords are our intellect, so you may be gathering more information before you make a decision. It also is feeling like that you are hitting a wall with someone that is very stubborn. So that pliability here in this card may help resolve with this card. But it does feel like someone is so stubborn, they're standing in their own way and making the same mistakes over and over. And you don't have to watch that, Capricorn. You can remove yourself from that if you'd like. This is a person, it does feel like someone over 40, and that what's coming through to me is they should know better. They should know better. And there's some kind of betrayal or some kind of wrong that was done to you. And it's okay to be mad about it. And it's okay to pull yourself out of the situation and not mollycoddle them through it. But it does look like they have kind of taken center stage over many emotional things with the two of you. I'm not sure if it's a boss or a lover or a friend or family member, but it's someone who has of great importance in your life. But it does feel like their importance is dwindling in your life. So it may be, you know, the initiation of a breakup. It may be you pulling away from a job or a friend. But it does feel like this person's stubbornness is really a danger to themselves. So don't get caught up in their stubborn stuff and kind of having that power play. And the Strength card is right here. So take the high road. Some important stuff is coming up. Some hard things are coming up. Some decisions to be made, and it will take your strength to walk through those changes. You have already initiated those changes. Don't give up right in the middle. Keep going. But remember to find your smile. If it gets too heavy, it's okay to go to the movies and leave it there for, you know, leave it at home for a couple hours and then revisit it. But it does feel like you're going to have some decisions that will be hard to make, but ultimately they will benefit you greatly. All the stuff in the future side here coming up, you've got the Empress, you've got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So those are very, very high cards. This is a high card as well. So you have some major arcana, a lot of it major arcana. So it does feel like you are on the right path now. And it does look like I see a bunch of question marks in my head, question marks. But now what do I go? Now what do I do? Let it unfold to you. If you are on that right path and you keep going diligently with, you know, fearlessly, taking that leap of faith, you will see the rewards. You will see the rewards. The Seven of Cups is here. And this can stand for disillusionment. Could be disillusionment in love. It also can stand for looking at things the way they really are, not as you wish them to be. It is the basis and the foundation of all these changes. So it does look like at one point you pulled the blinder off and you went, hey, this is not cool. You need to stop doing this, and then communicated about it. But it does look like it was long overdue, and you will be rewarded for doing the hard stuff, Cap. I know that you've really been in the hard stuff for the last couple of months. This also can stand for your wildest hopes and dreams. Have you done everything? Have you checked off all the boxes on your bucket list that you made when you were 15? It's time to create a new bucket list. You are completely different than you were when you made the original one. So, and you've probably met and mastered most of the things on the list. So It's time to make a new bucket list and start embracing that. The Empress is here. It does feel like you have taken a huge step up in your growth. You had a lot of aha moments in the last month. You've tackled a lot of things. Things have changed in your world that you did not have a hand in, but it does look like you are embracing those changes. It does look like you hid from them for a little bit with that in the initiation, but it does look like you're coming out now. You're taking a look at it and really doing what you can do to make your life better. It's really growing. You've exalted yourself. You're speaking with authority. You're having more confidence yourself. It feels like in the business realm, and that more certainty around your words and your skills. So you are enough, and it feels like you have embraced that, Capricorn. The Ace of Wands is here. That's motion. That's also aha moments, epiphanies. It's the God card. So it does look like you got a tremendous amount of clarity and validation for some of this hard stuff that came to you the last couple of months. But it does feel like it's a bolt of lightning, a type of surprise that's coming out of the sky. It can be on the love position. It can be on the work position. It's feeling actually more of the work. So you may get a job offer or an offer to do something you've always wanted to do, a collaboration ahead of a project, but there are some big changes happening in your workspace coming up in the next couple of months. So this does feel like an aha moment, a bolt from the sky, and usually Ace of Wands are positive change, positive surprises. So that's wonderful. Here is the Six of Pentacles. It does feel like you're doing a little organizational stuff around your money. It does look like you expected some money to come in that didn't really meet the deadline. It does look like it's coming to you. It may come to you in bits and pieces instead of in the large chunk that was originally promised. This can be, a payout for something you're selling or a raise of some kind, but it does look like it is coming to you slowly, but don't give up. It will be given to you in its entirety. This also feels like you're catching up on some bills, paying some things off, so you have a clean slate. So you may have to tighten your belt a little bit this month in order to do the things that you want to do towards the end of the year. But you will be rewarded, and you will be, it does feel like your finances will come more into balance towards the end of the month. That's the payoff you're expecting will come, but not in a lump like you thought it would. Okay, here is the Two of Wands here. So it does feel like a little action is in order. It does feel like you're looking into the future. I'm feeling travel also over a large body of water. So it may be, going someplace for Thanksgiving or Christmas, but it does feel like you're working on that. It is right next to the money card. So it does feel like part of the balancing of your money and collecting and saving has to do with something in the future that requires money and action. I'm feeling travel. So it does look like you'll have to wait for the rewards for all of this, but it is on its way. It does look like something that you have manifested. So, and travel may be involved. You may be going home for the first time in 10 years, back to the home country in Europe or something, but something that you've saving for and preparing for. It does look like it will happen in the future. But this needs to be resolved before that can come into focus. But, keep that vision, keep the vision. It does look like it'll happen, but it requires a little effort, little saving on your part. Here is the Ace of Cups, and cups are emotions. It's also our creative essence. It is our intuition. It is all our feels. And it does look like you're becoming more and more confident in your words and your feelings. And it does look like like that's coming into balance a little bit more and more. It does feel like you were off balance emotionally for the last couple of months. And now that you've made some of these decisions and started putting action behind your words, that it's coming into focus a little bit more and more, and you're feeling a little more balanced. It also feels like you are continuing a journey of self-exploration, whether that's, taking a meditation class, reading a self-book, or just trusting your own information and your own intuition first and foremost. It looks like it's becoming more and more powerful in you. So good job, Capricorn. All that caca and stuff you went through last month, it's really brought you to a new beginning this month. And it looks like you have the hand of God behind all this. You're in your positive path now. And it does require some due diligence on your part, speaking your words with love and kindness with this King of Swords, and just being strong, seeing it through the end. Keep that focus, Capricorn. Okay, that is your general reading for the month of October. Let me throw a couple of these, what are these? These are chakra cards, and they usually bring it on home. Oh, there's one. Ah, forgiveness. And I'd say that's for you and yours and others. These two jumped out, gratitude and vanity. So keep the vanity in check. Make sure that you're not speaking from an ego space, that you're speaking from love and kindness, understanding, but still with certainty and strength. Forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made that got you where you were, and forgive those that were caught up in it as well. There's no place for holding a grudge. There's no place for shame. There's no place for that. You can't grow out of that space. So first and foremost, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for whatever mistakes that you made. We only learn by mistakes. We don't learn by doing something brilliant. We've already mastered it. The only way we can learn as humans in our earth suit here on this planet is by making mistakes. So forgive yourself for those mistakes and move on from them. Don't hold them. Gratitude is the next card. It's also a higher echelon card. It's time to be grateful. Maybe initiate your gratitude prayers again. Have your one word of gratitude for the day, or just tap into what your gratitude looks like. And once we do that on the daily, it makes all of those lessons a little bit easier to handle. And vanity is just about keeping your ego in check. Speaking from love and compassion always. Even if people take the low road, we take the high road.